The Hamish and Andy Show podcast. 2016. Such recent history that some of us are still probably putting down 16 when writing the date. No! England voted for a Brexit, and America voted for the Donald.
I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
Johnny Depp did a dodgy with his dogs.
You disrespect Australian law, they will tell you firmly.
And we lost Bowie, Carrie, Prince, and countless others. The internet was fantastic at naming ships.
Bodie McVoteface tops the list with more than 10 times as many votes as any other option.
And terrible at running a census.
The website has crashed, essentially, both the census website and the ABS website.
But we didn't care because we were all watching Stranger Things and Deadpool.
Oh, hello.
2016 was also a big year for Hamish and Andy, with a week of shows from a cruise ship, a year-long celebration of Andy's birthday, and an East Coast tour for Cool Boys and the Frontman. So let's look back at their year of fun. This is Hamish and Andy, 10 years in 10 weeks, 2016. And P.S., that means the boys are back live next week.
Ando. Mm-hmm. I was having a little bit of a think over summer, and I thought, we call ourselves the People Show, and we try to be connected to the people. We've got the website, hamishandy.com. Send us an email.
You can follow us on a lot of pipes.
A lot of social media pipes.
Yeah.
Name a few pipes.
Instagram.
Yep, put your content cup under that and let the stream let us flow content into it.
Hamish and Andy, it's on Snapchat.
Yep.
Facebook.
Twitter.
It's all there. There's a few pipes.
They were even on MySpace originally. Jumped off. So some pipes will get hammered shut due to low flow.
Yeah.
But we're on all the major pipes.
Yep.
But even then, I still worry. And then during the show, 4 till 6, 13 10 60.
Yeah.
We're always saying call anytime, give us a buzz anytime. But even then I go, but what if we're not connecting? I worry that we're not achieving full connection with our audience, with the possibility.
There's a lot of pipes.
So many pipes. Yeah. So, a lot of people would look at that system and go, it's good enough. But that's other radio shows.
Yeah.
That's not us. Which is why I thought, you know what? I'm going to go down to the bank, get a little bit of the joint money. Well, I did it online, but get a bit of the joint money and get essentially a backup system in place.
A backup communication system.
So we've got 13 10 60 during the show. That's fine. That's how you talk to us.
Yep. When's the web ever closed down there?
But, here's the thing. But we've got to jump on, look at the emails, there's action. Yeah. No. I've got a better solution. Now, I know, don't worry, I'll take care of this. This is all on me. 13 10 60 is fine. That seems like at the moment the most immediate thing because the phone would ring and we would see it. Or do you call me only in emergencies? Do you contact me
on a pager?
On my pager. No. I've gone and got a pager just for emergencies. I can't stress this enough.
Do I or do people?
People listening. Here's how it works. You'll call. Here's the number for my pager. Oh, it's an answering service. Yeah. So you call up, just give your name and phone number. I'll get beeped. Then I can just call you back. Just for emergencies, because here's the thing. It's linked to me and Andy's bank account. Costs us $1.15 every time someone calls.
Oh, mate.
So here's the number. 0392
$1 per call.
$1.15. Including GST. I thought it was a good deal.
That's stupid.
They beep. It beeps.
How quickly can you stop it? How quickly can you cancel it?
It's for emergencies only. I don't think people will abuse it. I think people will go, look, I tried to call on 13 10 60. Yeah, I didn't get through. Right. And if it's not an emergency, if there's not something you have to tell us, then they'll just go, I'll get you another time.
If we get in the next 5 minutes more than a suitable amount of calls.
What do you mean, of beeps or calls?
Beeps.
You don't have to worry about it. This is my 24-hour
No, we do, because every time there's a beep, it's $1.15 for me.
What am I, chopped liver? It's $1.15 for us, and I've authorised this expenditure. This is an expense authorised by myself. Just for emergencies. Please don't abuse it. Thanks, guys.
Hamish and Andy, 10 years in 10 weeks.
28th of Jan, 2016.
Hamish has bought a pager for listeners to beat the show in case of emergency. Only it costs the show money every time someone rings it.
Things have gone awry already.
We've got quite a few beeps coming in. Now, guys, it's just for emergencies. I hope people aren't just beeping me because it's fun to beep.
How many messages have you had?
We got 10 beeps during that
If
song.
you just tuned in, Hamish has bought a show pager.
I bought a beeper. It's just... Julie needs me.
What did it say? What does she say?
This is Julie and her phone number. Because the thing is, it's my answering service, so they leave them. They just give their name and their number. Oh, Winnie needs me. Hi, Winnie. I'll get to you in a bit. So far, I've got 13 emergencies to get back to. Now, I think the first person to beep through, so I'm just having to scroll back here, was Josh. Josh was the first beep through. Jack, do you need his number? Because, do we want to call him back if it was an emergency?
You've linked this to our joint account, which will be closed down very quickly, so enjoy your 5 minutes.
It won't. Andy, I honestly think once the thrill of beeping dies down, people are just going to go, okay, it's for emergencies. I'm not going to abuse it. You don't abuse an emergency number.
I'm not sure if that's the case. I don't think people are going to be thinking that at all.
There's Josh Jack. It's only $1.15 a beep.
So far, there's another beep. So far,
these are all emergencies.
So far, just going off how many you've got in the time it's been open.
Yeah.
It's costing us $200 an hour.
Yeah, to help people in emergencies.
Are we calling Josh the first?
Do you want to call Josh? Yeah.
Well,
to help people in emergencies, that's a kind of a small price to pay.
Well, my fear is people aren't just ringing when it's emergency.
I think it is. I think that people can't get through on 13 10 60, and this provides a great way to reach back to people. Makes us a little bit...
Fellas.
Is that Josh?
It is. Ahoy.
Ahoy, Joshy. Mate, got your beep. What's the emergency, big guy?
Mate, just wanted to say welcome back. I'm so over listening to all the other crap people in the afternoon. So,
mate?
You've made my day coming back.
Oh, well, thank you, mate. See, Ando, beeper, paying for itself. Josh couldn't find another pipe to do that on, and we now have the beeper.
I think you picked the world-class one.
Hey,
there.
Josh, what does the answering service do? Is there someone actually working there on the other side?
Mate, I invested 2.5 minutes of my time on hold, and then this lady just picked up and go, this is Hamish's voicing answering service.
So, Josh, it's a bit of a queue, is there, on the... Well, Max is trying to get through.
A bit of a queue.
Adam's beeped me. Don't worry, Adam, I hear you loud and clear, mate.
Josh,
Susie's through
appreciate
again.
the compliment, Josh. But again, that doesn't sound like an emergency to me. Is there someone else that we should get back to?
Oh, take your pick. We're up to about 20 beeps now. I'm getting a bit... we can go with the most recent beep. There's Susie, Jack, if you want to give her a buzz. Because see what I mean, Ando? People are feeling... The beeper's beeping.
Wait, every time someone new beeps through, I lose the number.
Just
that
call anyone. They're all emergencies,
Jack. You don't see people at the ambulance or fire service going, "Oh, there's too many. Which one do I call back?"
Let's
it's
just
too
shut
hard.
down.
No,
Let's just
Jack.
shut it down.
I don't know how to work this. I've never seen a page.
Jack, sorry, it's futuristic technology. The great thing is it still proves there's a market for beepers. They're a lot more immediate. Because on your smartphone, everything's coming in at once.
We're calling John. He's the most recent.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's actually... Emma has just beeped through.
Okay.
Running out of memory space. Okay, here we go. All right. There's a lot of urgent beeps coming through.
Hello, John speaking.
John, it's Hamish and Andy. I got your beep, mate. What's up? What's the emergency?
I beeped you.
Yeah, John, did you call Hamish's messaging service and you had an emergency?
No, I didn't, mate.
Yeah, okay.
I suppose we're seeing a bit of a loophole here. I suppose you could give out another number. Apologies, John. You are on the radio. Our mistake. So I've got a beeper and someone's left your number as an emergency callback. So I guess we're seeing the dark side of beeping here. Since you're on the radio, John, anyone you want to say hi to?
Yeah, I'll say good day to Angela.
Yeah, I know Angela. Yeah,
sort of an emergency.
She might be beeping through. Thanks, John. Hamish and Andy.
Oh, there's Dale. I'll call him.
This is Hamish and Andy. 10 years in 10 weeks.
23rd of March, 2016.
Harry, alert listener.
Yep.
Podcaster. You can podcast at hamishandandy.com. He emailed the show, said, guys, is there DNA in farts?
Jeez, good question.
He said, here's my hypothetical for you, for the two of you.
I think there is, absolutely.
Goes,
if
if you commit a crime,
don't fart,
and you and you fart in the process, say it's inside a safe,
Yeah.
And then on your way out, the safe door slams shut and you've got all the gold bullion.
But it seals the fart in.
Then the police arrive and they open the safe and they get a whiff and they go, get the tools out quickly, get the DNA wand.
No, you'd sack the guy that had the sniff. Police going into an airtight room, I bet you it's correct forensic procedure to have the dustbuster on capturing the air particles.
Well, here's the question. Is there equipment that could do that? Could you incriminate yourself if you farted during the action of breaking the law?
Here's what I reckon it comes down to.
Yep.
You'd be in much more trouble if it was a bare bum fart.
Yeah, okay, because
I don't want to get too graphic, but the way
particles?
that it works is tiny particles are more chance of getting into the air. And if those were found by the forensic vacuum cleaner, you're in trouble.
If it's
going through your pants, you might have just got away with it.
I mean, I could potentially walk in and just smell and go, that's a Hamish.
He's done, yeah.
He's the burglar.
And he has been talking about gold bullion a lot. And I know he had Indian for lunch. And this is a butter chicken loft.
131060. Are there any police minds out there? Are there any scientists, DNA type specialists, forensic investigators? 131060.
There'd have to be. I know it's not the normal. Like, you don't see this on SV. We're never going to see this on Law and Order.
No.
Like, on any of the branded Law and Orders,
no.
or NCIS or any of the science shows.
Which is where we learn most of our DNA forensic evidence.
Where we find out if what's possible and what's not possible. But you really should investigate all avenues when trying to solve a crime. But I reckon for the brave scientist that spoke up on the crime scene to go, hey guys, the perpetrator might have farted in here. See, you guys laughed. He would get that scientist, he or she would be laughed out of the bank vault and have to go and sit in the car in a timeout for asking a dumb question on the job. And they might have solved the crime.
Are you a forensic scientist out there? 131060 is the number.
Hamish and Andy, 10 years in 10 weeks.
23rd of March, 2016. On the search for a forensic expert to answer a very important question.
It's the People's Show, of course, and people can reach out at any time. HamishAndy.com is where you can email. If you've got a pondering, and boy do we love pondering, Harry did exactly that. He asked, is there DNA in the fart? And if during a burglary or any crime being committed, if the perpetrator did fluff, do the forensic scientists within a police team have the equipment to run on in there?
Amazing. Because
grab it.
If there's DNA in a fart, it opens up a whole new possibility for the next Jurassic Park.
Why is that?
Well, because in the first one they were like, oh, this mosquito got some blood from a dinosaur, and we took the blood out of the mosquito. We built the dinosaurs again. So it'd be a scientist. Opening scene would probably be a scientist going, hey guys, we found some mosquitoes in this cave. Bad news, no dinosaur DNA. And everyone's like, okay, and they start leaving there. But wait, we tested the air up the top of the cave. There's some old farts up there. Some old Tyrannosaurus farts just still floating around up there. And we got
less likely, less plausible.
Well, I mean, it's the fifth film, so you're not going to have a standard plot line.
Hey, Detective Dave joins us. Are you actually a detective, Dave?
I am. Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy to you.
Ahoy. Like an actual police detective?
Yeah, real life one. Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Mate, well done. Thanks for your service.
Hey, Dave, talk us through, would there be DNA in a fart?
I'm very sceptical about it, only because in a previous investigation that I had run, there was a guy that we referred to as the Turd Bandit who used to live a calling card from burglaries.
And was it a cylindrical calling card?
So it wasn't the fact that he was going around stealing turds from people. No.
I went to flush. I turned around. It was gone. And I just heard the window closing. I went, bloody hell, Turd Bandit's got me again. Sorry, Dave.
No, so yes, you're correct. So he left his calling card, but our forensic
more of a turd donator.
We were advised that you couldn't even get DNA from the fecal matter. So unless there's blood or skin in it, you weren't able to get DNA.
So it's like he knew, isn't it?
Yeah, how annoying.
I can't believe there's no DNA in there.
Yeah, that's insane.
How does it slip through the whole body and dodge?
Your intestine sucks a lot of your DNA out.
Because it does. It recycles it. Pierre,
you're a forensic student. Are you echoing what Detective Dave has told us?
Yeah, that's right. Fecal matter does contain DNA. Latest tests show that there is DNA in fecal matter. it is a new technology that has just started up, just really been brought to life.
Right.
At the end of the day, if someone does leave a turd nowadays, and Detective Dave's words, leave a turd, I guess, yes, he or she can be arrested for that, as long as their DNA is actually on the registry or on the database.
Yep. So would-be bandits, you could...
I know it's tempting, guys, but just for the sake of evidence.
A turd in the past is not the same as a turd in the future, is what Pierre's saying.
God, do you reckon there's criminals going, remember the good old days when we could bust in, steal someone's TV, drop a turd, no one knew. Now, it's barely worth doing it. I'm not going. If I'm just stealing a plasma, where's the fun in that for me?
Is it Annalisa?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Oh,
You're
wow.
a lecturer in the forensic science at Deakin University.
Yes.
And I'm reading here, former forensic officer for Victoria Police.
Yep.
So yes,
Okay. Annalisa, you would know 100%.
Is there DNA in the fart?
At the risk of being a party pooper here, I have to say that the student is right. There are kind of very trace levels of DNA on fecal matter.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got an explosive fart, it's managed to work its way out through the guy's trousers and into the atmosphere because it's been a hell of a curry the night before, then you're going to get fragments of fecal matter, but there certainly won't be enough there to actually get enough DNA to incriminate a person.
Would anyone at a crime scene, Annalisa, say, hey guys, we're going to need the bomb squad? And then they go, how come? Because we've had an explosive fart, and then just sort of laugh and high five and then get back to work?
Oh, it actually happens quite a bit. But I have to tell you, there was a case in Switzerland where they did, like Detective Dave said, there was a turd burglar, and they actually identified the perpetrator not from his DNA on the turd, but from his fingerprint in it.
So. His fingerprint's in it, so
he was moving it.
Fingerprint in the turd.
Oh, wow. This is awesome.
The T word has been thrown around on this show more today, I think, than collectively ever, and it's police officers doing it, so I feel like we're allowed to say it.
Annalisa, you're a gem. Thank you very much
so
for calling
much.
up. I love it how it's an explosive one that can get you into trouble. Like if you and I were going to rob somewhere and you did one, I was like, was it explosive?
SPD, we're all clear. Let's get out of here.
This is Hamish and Andy. 10 years in 10 weeks.
2nd of May, 2016.
And you've got a desktop printer at your house?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe I'm just cursed. Me too. For a while I was shunning them because I had a bad experience.
You hadn't had one for a while.
Yep.
Because you'd come around to my house to print stuff out.
Which is actually easier than the situation I have now.
Okay.
Which is I have a printer and it will not print. I've
USB or wireless?
I'm not wireless, but it's not the problem. There's at the moment the printer goes. It's got one of those, like it's a new one. It's got a little screen on it, and it just says, you know, when the printer just tells you problems like printers, like you work on printers. It's like it's like error 444, fix printhead.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean?
Yeah,
fix the printhead. Yeah. Then you go look online, and thousands of message boards just full of the same problems. Like, what does this mean?
Yep.
And then you go to the printer manufacturer website, and they go, oh, if it says that, you might have to get a new printer. It's like, do you know how many documents it's printed? One 5-page document is what we've got out of this printer. And that was like 2 weeks ago. Yep. We never need to print. It's doing my head in a bit because I realised as I was fantasizing about taking the printer outside and just kicking it up and down the road, I realised I've had, and I don't think I'm exaggerating here, I might have actually had more printers than times I've printed. Because I've had two that I never even used.
Yep.
And then the first time I went to use them, there was something wrong, or I had one that I loaded it all the ink in, and then I was like, okay, it's ready for when I need it, and I didn't need it for 6 months, and came back to it, and all the ink had leaked into the printer and ruined everything and stuck itself down. Never used it. And it's too annoying. Like, everyone's like, warranty. Like, printers are so cheap these days. They're like, this is $60 that I spent 6 months ago. I can't find the receipt. No one will believe me. Or again, just take it outside, kick it. It's just doing my head in. I just don't understand why printers cannot be.
I mean, you are, as a duo, you and I, we established this long, long ago when I had a BlackBerry and you had an iPhone.
That's us.
I'm in charge of admin and you're in charge of fun.
Lennon McCartney.
Maybe.
I don't know which one was admin there.
They both are pretty good.
John, it's tax time.
So maybe just stay out of admin, man.
I think I'm definitely going to kick this one up and down the road. And I think we might just use you because we only live a block away from each other.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to use you as my printing centre. Because how's yours going?
Fine, perfect. And a scanner. For $15, I'll run it up.
Well, do you know what? It made me so angry last night. I actually wrote a song.
Oh.
I wrote, because in music, you'd know this, you've written songs. Yeah. You meant to channel your anguish into like a ballad. And so I sat down a bit earlier today and I tried to record the pain and the frustration that I feel into a very powerful and soulful ballad. Permission to play?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Great.
Okay, here we go. Just get the G. Get on my guitar ready. And actually, I've got a better idea. Printers, friggin' printers, they're the worst machines in history. Putting ink on paper seems to be an impossibility. Let's try and print something that we need. What a surprise, all the printer does is beep. Printers, friggin' printers, oh, you'll have a dud time, you'll have a bad time, you'll have the worst of time.
So happy to be so annoyed with printers.
But so happy that I didn't have to play the guitar or do a soulful ballad. But it is the perfect song for printers, friggin' printers. Now available on iTunes.
This is Hamish and Andy. 10 years in 10 weeks.
Friday, the 2nd of December, 2016. The final show of the year and the final gig of a week-long band tour. It was time to look back on the journey of Cool Boys and the Frontman.
First point of order before leaving on the tour Monday morning was outfits. Hamish in his own band merch, Andy in a bus driver uniform, and Jack was given a special surprise.
Mine is
it's a keg monkey.
Well, it's a monkey suit. I don't want this. Put it on. I don't want this.
Then the giant Cool Boys tour bus hit the road with Andy behind the wheel.
Straight to Wodonga, please.
We're away.
We are away.
What's that beeping?
That's the indicator.
It died.
Sounds like your bagpipe.
But it didn't take long for the backseat drivers to pipe up from their comfortable leather recliners.
Ando, I know you're doing a tricky manoeuvre, but can I tell you one mistake you've already made? What's that? We just passed another bus and you didn't give them away.
Hey, Ando, here's something you can say to Jack when he keeps giving you bus advice.
Yeah.
Mind your own busness. Just keep that one tucked in your long socks.
Arriving in Wodonga for their first gig, spirits were high. But so was the anxiety.
Are you nervous with that?
Yes, I am. Honestly, probably haven't done the song as many times as we could have. And I think in the last 10 weeks we've had time.
But they needn't have worried. Once they hit the U10 formal stage with the Veronicas, they rocked.
CCW, you guys ready to rock with us?
Put your hands up if you love good music that's in time and all the correct notes are played. All right, guys. You guys hop out. Go to the back.
Think it's easy doing one night stand. Try playing in a rock roll band. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll.
One member of the band thought the gig went especially well. Cackling Jack.
The bit where he goes, when I was on stage playing my guitar, I guess I realised I might have found my calling. He goes, so if I leave the radio show, you'll know what it's for. We're like, hey, slow down, hot shot. Slow right down. You play guitar, you got a guy behind a secret shield making you sound good.
We need that.
What band are you going to go and play with?
However, Andy was unhappy with the sound of his bagpipes.
The call and response thing, I would say, was a C+ at best.
Yeah.
The crowd was just yelling, Andy, Andy.
Jack had an interesting theory about the Andy chant. There might be a kid on the soccer team who's not very good, and at the end of the year they let him come on and have a run because they know they're already in the finals.
It was very similar to the favourite player getting on the field.
Then why did the favourite player let them down so bad?
That happens. Timmy Cahill's gone and everyone's very excited and he misses a goal. That's fine.
You're not the Tim Cahill of bagpipes, mate.
Next up was Rankin Springs with local boy Shannon Knoll.
The bus is the green room. So do you want to hang around and have a few beers with locals, or you want to come with us?
No, I think I can hang out with you guys.
Yeah. We can probably give you a lift home.
Yeah.
To your family house.
That'd be good.
Like I think we're driving past your place.
That'd be good.
Over 3,000 people had come from far and wide to reopen the pub and rock out with the Cool Boys.
You guys seem like you've had a good day. How's the pub?
Rankin Springs didn't just have beer and rock, it also had a stage intruder.
When that drunk guy jumped on stage, I thought he was a roadie because he had a black t-shirt on. I thought he was coming to fix my drum.
Have you seen that t-shirt?
Yeah, I was like, oh, here we go. Finally, someone's noticed.
Finally,
my drum's broken.
I was in the middle of the pipe outro and he went under my pipes. It was
So he's a respectful stage intruder.
If you guys would have stopped, I would have stopped because I didn't know. When I saw the security guard come on to take him off, I thought that might be a pause.
Oh, but we stopped the show.
you
I thought never stop.
Are you joking?
You're
What's wrong
so
with-
lucky I'm on
What's
drums.
wrong with you,
Oh my
man?
gosh. Do you know what, Enda? I didn't know who to give my vote to, and I know now.
Then it was quickly back on the road to Newcastle, where the nurses' graduation ball awaited.
Hamish asked me this. I assumed it was a no, but you guys aren't in nurse outfits. So
Here we
No,
go.
we're in something way more attractive. We're all dressed up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Susanna, I hope that there's like a Blues Brothers type chicken wire cage in front of us for your protection from Andy.
And the Wiggles joined the boys on stage with some new wiggly words. In exchange for doing the gig without his roller skates, Jack promised to do a jump. But the people wanted an escalation for the final gig.
I think he should stick with the uniform and just learn how to jump with the skates on.
You'll regret that.
Jack, I believe in you. You can do a jump on skates.
I can't, and I won't, and I'm going to be a bit stroppy.
But in a band that's all about teamwork, of course, all three decided to do a band jump in Byron. After more than 2,000 kilometres, hundreds of kilograms of beef jerky, and 4 epic gigs, how do the Cool Boys feel now?
I wasn't here for this, baby. You told Andy you wanted to go home.
You said this tour. No, don't say it. I said F the tour.
Oh, what a week of highs and lows,
It
guys.
brings us here. Along this tour, we've been playing Long Way to the Top. We've also had a secret song.
We have had a secret song.
No one has been able to pick what the secret song is. I cannot believe it hasn't been leaked, but it's been nice of everyone at the gigs so far.
Here's a clue. There's arguably no greater song to hear live.
Yep.
It's super difficult technically.
Yep.
It's just drums, trumpet and guitar. It's not My Sharona. It's not Hey Mickey. Had a lot of that being guessed. No one's guessed it successfully. We spoke to a guy on the show yesterday called Steve. We told him off air what the secret song was. And we said, Steve, shut your sweet mouth. Because we said, if you let this leak overnight, you will deprive 1,000 people here at the Beach Hotel in Byron of hearing that secret song live. And all the people listening across about 90 stations around Australia.
Yeah.
True to his word, Steve went home, locked himself in the shed with 10 sausages and has just stayed in there overnight. Scared that if he ran into another human being, the burden would be too big and he'd have to blab.
Yep.
We know he's locked in the shed and the batteries on his transistor radio are running down now. He's minutes away from releasing himself because we're about to play the secret song.
It's moments away. It's Hamish.
Thanks, guys.
Hamish and Andy, 10 years in 10 weeks.
Friday, the 2nd of December, 2016, the last gig of the week-long band tour. And finally, we all get to hear the secret song.
every gig hammers. We are Cool Boys in the front band, Cackling Jack on guitar, Hamish on electronic drums, myself on bagpipes.
Thanks very much. Keep drumming.
So the reason why we had a secret song was it occurred to us, is what if someone didn't make it? What if Guy got ill?
Yeah.
You know, what would we do? We need a song that doesn't require vocals.
But we also need a song that's a classic.
Yep.
That everyone loves to dance to. That so many people have as both their wedding and funeral song, because it's such a powerful piece of music that so many people include in their lives.
We needed a song that only had trumpet, drums and guitar. And we found one.
We found it.
And you'll kick yourselves when we start playing it, and then you'll heg bang probably for the rest of the night.
Guys, it's our honour to leave 2016 on this note as we head into 2017, which will be a year to remember for sure. Can I just start off the gig and the song with a drumstick throw?
Unconventional. Pre-gig drumstick throw.
But I realised I had way too many sets of sticks on stage. I'm down to my last two. Guys, you ready to rock? Hey, can I just say, boys?
Hey, you realise if you now lose a stick during the song...
I understand what I've done. As they were in midair, I knew what had happened. Hey, guys, can I just say, I know this is not what we do in the band, but it's been a great week.
Wow, thank you.
Wow, that's kind of a compliment.
I mean, I've got some improvements.
Take it away.
Guys, let's rock.
This is Hamish and Andy. 10 years in 10 weeks.
31st of March, 2016.
The following is a true story, Ando. You know...
Not even names had changed.
Noel Blake. My dad... Remember last year he started wearing braces?
Yes.
And...
Not teeth ones, everybody?
No. Other it wouldn't hurt. No, he's got great teeth. A little yellow, but he's, you know, for a man in his mid-60s, doing well.
He was wearing keep your pants up braces.
Keep your pants up. Suspenders. And he was wearing them, and at first it started, he would wear them with a suit, because he works in the city, and well, I mean, he's my stepmom's PA, but he works in an office, and it was like, oh, that's snappy, Dad, and he loves a hat. I was like, yeah, that's nice. Then he graduated his braces to a more casual occasion.
Yes.
He was wearing jeans, sneakers,
and braces,
a polo shirt, and braces
Yeah.
over the jeans. And the children of the family had a little quiet word and said, "Oh, look, I'm not sure you can adapt it to a casual brace. I don't think that's what braces are for." And Dad said, "They are. A lot of people do it in Germany." He was using the Germans as a big example.
Felt like he was taking later houses. It looks like they're braces, but they're not really.
Sorry, I felt it was sort of based on that. And we went, all right, well, you know, he's shunning belts. He decided that the braces give him a more snug, safe feel of his pants being up. Yeah. So today he came over this morning, came over to the house, came inside and walked, and so he was a bit hot. And he...
Can I just say on that point, Ham, sorry, the braces point. For a more rotund man, not to say that your dad...
Yes, you can. Because we're allowed to speak truths on the show.
Maybe braces is a great.
That's why he loved them. I think secretly...
Because trying to get your belt, where do you...
And I think he was having to, you know, spend more on belts. Yeah. There's in the section of the store where they go, "Oh, look, belts in $19.95, but for you, sir, $23.50." We have to add a bit more. So I think Dad was like, I'm over. I don't want to be reminded. I don't want to be on the last hole of the belt every morning with someone going, you're at the maximum limit for a human's waist. I think he preferred the braces, and it gives you a snappier feel, and it has the pressure, I think, on you. I think he liked the pressure of the braces on the tummy, like a strap of corset.
Yes.
So this morning he comes over, he takes off his jumper, and in my head I was excited to see, because he was wearing casual pants. And he's just in like a woolly jumper, and I could see he had a shirt on underneath. So mentally, I'm going, here we go. I'm going to see some braces here. Takes off his jumper, and no braces.
Oh, right.
Just a checkered shirt. And I was a bit sad, and I went, well, maybe he's grown out of the fad. Then his shirt obviously was a bit tangled. He pulls it up to billow it out a bit. Yeah. And in the pulling it up and the billowing it out, I see under his shirt, to his skin, his bare stomach, braces under his shirt, on his skin. It was like seeing a detective's gun in his shoulder holster. Yeah. I was like, I wasn't meant to see that. It's like, hey, well, Dad, I think I saw your bra straps. I said, what have you got going under the shirt? He goes, yeah, but the braces underneath.
So he
doesn't bunch up the shirt. I still get the feel of the braces.
But I mean, also he can now be a closet bracer wearer.
I think he thinks in his head.
He's getting away with it.
People are going to look at me and go, that man's pants are being held. That man's pants are up at a very respectable altitude, yet I don't detect a belt. How? And he knows he's got the secret forces of braces working for him under his shirt. And I said, but does it feel weird on your skin? He goes, I love the feeling. He loves it. He's got braces under his shirt. It was an amazing glimpse into a world I knew I wasn't allowed access to. 131060. I would love to know what people have got going on under their clothes.
Great.
Like, what secret do you have going on under your clothes? I mean, I don't think we're going to get braces against skin like some sort of budget fireman stripper.
But I've got something that's under my clothes, which is so simple, but it's not as good as your dad's, obviously. But
What do you got?
Always under my jeans, wear socks high up. Like I pull my socks all the way up.
You like the pressure of the socks? Yeah. Back to your high school days. With a garter? Are you scared you'll be given it attention?
No garter. 131060 is the number.
See, that's good though.
What's going on under your clothes?
That's all secret.
Hamish and Andy.
Hamish and Andy. 10 years in 10 weeks.
31st of March, 2016.
I love this. Your dad
caught a glimpse into my dad's secret world this morning. He's wearing braces, as in suspenders, under his shirt.
Yeah,
so
still holding up his pants.
On skin, clipped onto the pants, but hidden under his shirt. And from a man who has happily worn suspenders over a polo shirt, over a normal, a normal casual shirt, over a t-shirt. I've seen him. I haven't seen him over a singlet, like a bintang singlet.
Yep.
But he'd do it. He'd absolutely do it. But now it gives me the impression when he gets home and he takes off his shirt, he looks like, remember those old Gold Rush photos?
Yeah.
Guys halfway through mining and they've paused for a shot.
Yeah.
One of those guys. It's got cords on and just braces on his bare skin.
131060. What have you got going on under your clothes? Laura.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
How's it going, Laura?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, really good. What's going on under there?
My granddad used to do the same as your dad, Hamish, except he used to put little Band-Aids on his nipples so he didn't get chased. And he used to shave his chest as well.
Right.
So he loved the feeling of braces against his skin.
It required daily Band-Aid preparation.
Yeah, modifying his body.
and a shave down. Thank you, Laura. Matt.
Ahoy, boys.
Ahoy to you, Matty.
Ahoy, Matty. What's going on under your clothes?
Mate, I've got a secret to let you guys in on.
Excellent.
Now, those cold winter nights when you're going out, you need to wear a pair of jeans, chuck a pair of trackies on underneath.
Whoa!
Thick
so
jeans.
You're obviously not a skinny jean kind of hipster, I would understand.
No. By no means a hipster.
So, regular tracksuit pants, or do you have a favoured tighter pair of trackies that you'll throw underneath?
The tighter pair and then the looser pair of jeans, mate, it just makes all the difference.
And as you're
you can't go to a club or something, though, or a bar, because, I mean, dancing's out of the question.
Yeah, you'll cook, Matt.
So this is more outdoor functions?
This is more outdoor functions, yeah. This is more a private scene with the boys.
Yeah. So let's say it's like the middle of July. You're walking along the street with a few mates and you see sort of some girls on the other side of the road who, no matter what time of the year it is always a girl out like a mini skirt and a singlet. What are you thinking privately in your head there, Matty?
Where are your track pants?
Young lady, you go home and at least put some thermals on.
Matt, how would you feel if, I mean, you got lucky one day and you came home and there was an opportunity to take the pants off? Would you be freaking out? Would you
show it off?
I'd sell it.
Yeah.
This is the best thing since sliced bread, this.
Guess what? You've just picked up one of Australia's great thinkers, because look at this. I've been wearing tracksuit pants the whole night.
Madison, what does your dad wear under his clothes?
Like Hamish, I have been let into the sordid world of comfort wear for our fathers.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was a member of law enforcement within Victoria in a rock band. He was the manliest man to me. And then I found out he wore women's pantyhose under his police leathers to make sure they would slide on comfortably.
Wow. So he's wearing stockings.
Yes, yep.
It's not,
Apparently,
Hey, Robin Hood wore them and pulled them off.
Okay. Under his motorbike leathers. But I suppose, Madison, like, I've not worn bike leathers, but if it's annoying to get on like a wetsuit, it might be a good idea. I can see how it would be an advantage.
But again, Ham, I mean, stockings, it's definitely private time.
Sure, it's not great. Yeah. I mean, if you're like chasing a criminal and they pull your pants off, they've definitely got the upper hand. That'll spook you.
Hamish and Andy, 10 years in 10 weeks.
15th of Feb 2016. A few days in the making, the boys were reflecting on a prank Hamish managed to pull off on Andy during the previous Friday's Jazz Chat.
I was betrayed.
In the greatest way. You might remember, Ando, was it the year 2001 we first met?
Yeah.
Back in the day? I met you with the sole intention of one day pulling this prank on you. So over the years, our friendship was a
15
ruse.
years. Yeah.
Holidays together, meeting each other's families, with each other through thick and thin, the whole time going, I am warming to this guy, my Mark, but I must remain clinical and I must remain cold. I must pretend to be friends with him for 15 years until the time's ready to strike.
It's like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
And I have grown fond of you. And it would be nice if we could continue the relationship now that I've finally done the prank I always wanted to do.
Well, obviously I was furious after it. I spent the whole weekend in a stink.
Oh, fuming.
Tearing
up my photo.
Yeah. But, yes, at the end of Friday, we normally do Jazz Chat. It's a segment where you and I catch up over jazz.
Yep.
And I thought we're actually doing that segment.
Well, what happened was I organised for, as soon as we came back from the song and you were sort of like, hey, we're going to drive you home, that's enough for today. Jack quietly just took our studio off air. So we weren't broadcasting in here anymore, though to you it felt like we were still on air.
Absolutely.
Then from the other studio, I started playing a pre-recorded emergency message to let people know what was happening, while meanwhile we were in here chatting away with you none the wiser. This is how it sounded going on air on Friday.
Hands off Friday. Hamish and Andy with you. It's been a big week. Deja Vu Hour continues.
Attention. This is a pre-recorded message from Hamish Blake. You're hearing this because right now in the studio, Jazz Chat is happening and Andy Lee thinks we're being put live to air. However, I intend to say things to him in Jazz Chat that are definitely not for broadcast. The intention here is that he will flip out and think we're broadcasting and hopefully ask Jack to dump the audio because he'll panic that our careers are over because the things I'm saying to him are, again, not for broadcast. This is a pre-recorded message from Hamish Blake.
I don't think it in the end bit. But, Ham, it was a strange moment where I didn't hear that going to air at all. I'm still chatting, doing the break like we normally would.
Yeah.
And you started saying things that probably shouldn't be broadcast.
Yeah. Well, I knew if I just came out and I dropped the F-bomb or something.
Yeah.
So there's a thing in here called the dump button. People would have heard of it before. Everyone in radio has it, where if something happens, you just press it and it like erases the last 10 seconds and went to air.
It disappears. It disappears the noise.
Don't try and think it's confusing. Confuses us all the time.
Yeah.
So people will be like, well, how does that work? Just trust us. Yeah. It works. It can be used. And it's a safety mechanism for, various privacy reasons or broadcast standards or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and the way we'd have to do it, we've never used it, but if we ever had to do it, we'd have to go to Jack, hey, dump it. Because you wouldn't hear us saying dump it, it just rewinds back 10 seconds in the past. So it was my goal was to go, would Andy ever dump something I've said? But I knew, if I just swore,
I'd dump it.
that's just a no-brainer. So I was like, I can't do that. So I had to start gently pushing the line.
Yep.
And you were very good. I mean, I'll play it now. This is it. This is the stuff obviously beeped out. I hope. we just have undone the whole joke and my career really is over. But you were very good, I think, at just trying to kind of go...
Keep us back on path.
With your eyes going, what are you doing, mate? And your mouth going, everything's fine. Ando, you know your brother's band, the band you're in?
Yes.
Recently went through a name change.
Yes.
You were taking suggestions on names.
Yeah.
Is it too late for me to put in a suggestion, or have you got a new name?
I've got a new name.
100%?
Well, I mean, yeah, throw it at me.
It's edgier. It's for the younger market. The picks.
No. No, come on, no. Nothing genital related. We're going to go
bang.
Oh, hang on. What are you doing?
That's not wrong to say.
Yes, it is. You've lost your mind. You're getting a very big... I'm apologising, everybody. I'm apologising.
Is a word.
Yes, don't. Don't.
That's okay to say.
Jazz.
I didn't say
What are you doing? The fasting is catching up with you, I think. You haven't eaten all day.
Are you joking that is that out of line?
No, I'm not joking. I'm just saying...
Well, dump it then.
We might be on the line. No, I don't think we can dump anymore. We've passed that point. We listened to jazz during that time.
Oh, well, you should have been faster on it if you didn't think that was...
We're fine.
Okay. It wasn't...
It's a no. It's a humble no.
It's not like I was like, oh.
No, don't.
Freddie in the...
What? Dump that.
Yes, great.
Dump it.
No, Ando, we're not on air.
Oh.
I took us off air before Jazz Chat. This was a test to see where the line was.
Very good.
Oh, thank you. But that's just nice to know. Were we definitely not on air?
99%, yeah.
Yeah, I was perplexed you left that in Jack's hands.
That was the scariest part of that whole thing. Because I can't see the side of the desk that Jack sits on, the cackling Jack to press the buttons. It's so possible he could have stuffed up.
Beck,
don't you agree, Jack?
Yeah, well, there's a big on-air button that goes red if you're on air and green if you're not. But I'm colourblind, so...
Yeah, that's true.
My girlfriend, Beck, we've got the video up at hamishandy.com. She watched that and said, I haven't seen you scramble like that before in your life. And you can hear it in my voice. I'm going up higher. But go to hamishandy.com now. You can check it out.
In my head, we had definitely already crossed the line. And Ando, being the ultimate soldier, the ultimate bro, just going, oh, look, I think we're on the line. And as we all know, on the line is in tennis rules. I don't know if that would have been the headline if it went to air. Hamish and Andy, on the line. Hey, just coming in here today this morning, had an idea. I'm not sure how this would go. This could turn into, this could be extremely uneventful radio.
Yep.
But has your mum just got a mobile, Ando?
We're in the process.
You're in the process of getting it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can, because I wasn't sure if she had got hers or yet. I don't know if I was specifically thinking of that, but I'd sent my mum a text message, and you just slip into a rhythm with your parents of like the same message, where it's sort of like you never message your parents like you message your friends, right? And I thought, what would be an odd message to send to mum? I went, if I just wrote, I think I was writing to her, and I was like, they started going, "Hey, mum, how you going? Blah blah blah. What are you doing this weekend? You want to catch up?" And so. But as I wrote the word hey, I thought, I wonder what would happen if I just sent my mum the word hey. Just like, just like a mate would. Hey, how you going? Or, dare I say, like a single person might just be sort of like just casually dipping a hook in the water for someone they're slightly interested in. So I thought today, like if we all take our phones out now and just all text our mums just the word hey,
so
what will we get back? But do you want to go Dad?
I'll text Dad because I know this sounds weird, but Mum sits at home on the iPad that they bought, which is linked to Dad's phone.
She'll monitor it.
She often replies on behalf of Dad from the iPad.
Like, what do you think we're gonna get back? And it'd be interesting to I thought it'd be interesting to get everyone's perspectives on different mums. I reckon
You've got the coolest. Actually, you and Jack both, as far as the cool
I think all our mums
go.
are pretty cool.
My mum's not cool. Come on, she knows it. That's okay.
Well, I mean, now that we're on the topic, mum's not super cool.
No,
like
but
my
you're-
mum's Rihanna. Mum's at the hairdresser getting half her head shaved and another earring.
No,
I
but-
mean, let's face it, they will be at Pilates.
But that's the thing,
Yeah.
your mum is, a bit, she's
Mum could probably
has
would fancy
hippie-
herself as
hippier tendencies at times.
she's a suave hippie.
Yeah.
Mum would fancy herself as if I said to Mum, "Hey, do you want to be a backup dancer and singer? Do you want to sing and do doo-doos and clicks and stuff in our band?" Mum would think I was being serious.
Yes, she would say yes.
She would back herself.
Jill
as that.
Post, Jack's mum.
We don't see enough of Jill Post. To be
I would
honest,
say,
Jack, but she's young, she's sassy.
Yeah, I would say the wildest of the three.
Yeah,
mums.
she's a wild mum.
The wild thing.
What should we get our mums to form a band? Or a wrestling troupe,
Well, my
or just
mum-
something so we can use the nickname the Wild Thing.
I don't know. I just don't know.
No, I don't even know what anecdotes you're really drawing on to call my mum wild.
Correction, the Wild Thing.
The wild thing.
Jill, the
Because she's
Wild Thing
always
Post.
she contacts us with funny things to
she's
tease
wild.
you
She's
about.
not wild. She's pretty wild.
Pretty wild. Man.
She's a bit of a wild thing.
Yeah.
Probably the last time I really got a chance to do any one-on-one time with Jill was your wedding, Jack. And she was totally a wild thing
She's
that
cutting
night.
loose. Yeah, the
She was
wild.
a massive wild thing.
The wild-
Her and Jackson, your friend Jackson, were probably the two loosest people at the wedding.
Yeah. Anyway,
All
yeah,
right.
you text hey to the wild thing. I'll
So are you guys doing hey question mark?
No,
or
just hey.
Just
hey.
hey.
Just hey.
All right.
Like,
press send?
I've said it. My guess from my mum or dad, because it might be his, will just be the whole. He'll just write back the whole message didn't come through. Like,
yeah, right. I think my mum now looking at it because it's I'm just going back through the messages to my mum. It's the formality we seem to have going as we finish with a kiss.
Yeah.
Or sometimes two.
Yeah.
She might be a bit upset. She might go, "Hey yourself," like she might not appreciate something coming through without a
Well, I've sent.
a loving kiss.
You've-
Your mum will probably just send back the skull and crossbones emoji joke because she's the wild thing. All right, let's go to a song and see what happens. See if anything happens after this.
This has been an interesting experiment. You're right, Ham. For younger peeps,
Yep.
just tossing out a hey is fine. Like if I wanted to catch up with you, hey, what's going on?
Yep.
Just hey. Certainly, if you're single, it might be just a bit of a
Just the
What's up?
spark that might ignite a text fire.
Yeah.
Although to your mum, it's not the thing you normally would send. And to test that, we've all just individually sent. The rules were to send our mums the text.
Yep.
Just hey, no punctuation, no nothing, no question mark. Just hey.
Yep.
Just to see what we got back. Now I was nervous I wasn't going to get one back. I've got one,
I've got one.
but I
Jack, have you got one?
slightly,
I've got one now. Yep, it just came through then.
I've
Right.
slightly
Because you were
cheated.
just saying that you said
My mum was trying to call me first.
I slightly cheated because I was worried I wasn't going to get one, so I quickly sent another hey.
you've done double hey.
I double hayed
Yeah.
mum,
What'd she say?
because I was just getting,
What-
I was
what'd you
getting
say?
nothing, and I got back quite a curt yes. So just yes and
Okay.
a question mark.
Well, my dad's written why hey.
Why hey? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Or
not
mum.
getting a lot of. We're getting a lot of sort of.
They don't quite. I mean, obviously, it's not transgenerational.
Yep.
They don't realise this is how you converse.
I don't know if this was in the rules, but then I wrote to mum, just a normal hey, and then mum's gone, well, great, hey to you too. Terrific. We're doing haze now. So I might have started something with my mum here.
Jacko, what was yours?
What did the
Yeah,
wild,
well,
what did
my
the
mum
wild
didn't-
thing say?
She didn't really engage with it either. She just said, "Is everything okay?"
Yeah.
Which is uncharacteristic for the wild thing because you'd assume she's just off doing wild stuff.
We, our producers, managed to get your mum on the line.
She's not going to be the character you've made her to be.
She joins us now,
Jill.
Jill, the wild thing post.
Jill, have you been listening?
Yes, I have been listening.
Okay, so did you hear us referring to you as the wild thing?
Yeah, I'm not sure that's correct. How did I get that?
Well,
Well,
you're
you-
the wildest of our three mums.
You are the wildest of
So,
the mums,
like-
Jill.
Oh my goodness. That's something to live up to.
Well, were you listening going, oh my God, the guys have found out my
Mum,
secret
were you really
nickname?
listening, or are you just being polite?
I'm being a little bit polite.
You don't have to lie about having listened.
That's how wild she is.
That's how wild, see? And more evidence, Jack. Maybe you're so close to it, Jack, you don't see the wild thing tendencies of your mum. Now, Jill, we also sort of joked. As you know, Jill, your son and myself and Andy, we're all in a band together and we're getting ready. We had our first rehearsal today. People, if they're still around after 5 o'clock, if you now are going to listen to the rest of the show, Jill, you'll be able to hear the rehearsal after 5. But we were joking during that last song, maybe we should get our mums to start a band. And then I remembered my mum did play flute.
Jill, do you play anything?
Some piano long time ago.
Yeah,
long time ago. I think I can do the Mexican hat dance and that's it.
Bloody wild. What's that song?
What's the song?
Oh, I'm not going to sing
You know,
it.
like-
You don't know the Mexican hat dance?
Jack, has she played it for you? Do you know what the
No, but I know what it is. Like,
just sing us Oh, that's it. You can play that on piano?
Oh, wow.
I could when I was 12.
Jeez, I wonder if my mum could play it on flute and then Ando, your mum could just do maracas and we're away.
Jill, thank you very much for joining us. Very rare we get the wild thing and managed to track her down.
You should have played our intro song, Jack. Like, wild thing. Bam.
Stick around, everybody.
Jack's loving it.
Thanks for listening to the Hamish and Andy podcast.